goodness you know how to wake people up.
Actually, this is your fault. Why didn't you tell me?
About us being the same person thing? Are you shocked about this?
Actually, I'm still confused. Where did you get the echo and...
Dull General, enough said. I wanted to talk to you about something specific. A preposition, if you must.
What?
Remember that deal we made 8 months ago? I revive you from the dead if you collect Dragon Balls for me? Well, I was kind of lying. Okay, don't panic, Lunatic. Don't panic.
I'm dead forever and you expect me not to panic. Screw you.
Don't worry about it, though. For I have a way to bring you back. We're doing a commentary.
Of course, and on who?
Some guy named MegatronDBZTV. He did a couple of interesting videos.
Oh, by the way, you doing this with me?
No, I'm too busy selling Jonah's hair for stealing this original idea. You know, the dark side thing.
Okay, well, fine by me. Roll our intro. Alright, context. This is MegatronDBZTV. He's a commentator who happened to do a video regarding Jonah Smith's little video on 7th Bloody Dragon's video on Doodle Tones. Now, honestly, I didn't really care for any of the commentators because all 7th Bloody Dragon did was be a dick while Jonah recoiled. However, Megatron decided to amp it up by being an even bigger dick. Originally, I chose not to target this video because I thought it was a troll, but apparently in a response to Dark's video on it, it was his gimmick. Whatever, his other video, it's kind of obvious what it is and why I'm going after it. Dragon Ball commentator, after all. You fail a Dragon Ball video, and I fail your lungs. Oh, did I say something scary? Nah, you're just hearing things. We just go ahead and... Yeah, let's do this.
All jokes aside, let's get right into this video, shall we?
Okay, no intro skit, no nothing.
Hold up! What the fuck is wrong with your mic? It's damn near impossible to make out what you're saying. Also, you have one of the most annoying voices I've ever heard. Second only to Doodle Tones, of course.
Wasn't this guy blunt?
Yeah, I'll get to my full-on rant about your god-awful persona later, but if this is a joke, then it's pretty fucking pathetic. It's more of a useless pot shot. And also, I get that you think his voice is annoying, but what's he supposed to do about it? Shoot himself in the throat?
You know, that's actually not that bad of an idea. He'd stop making awful jokes.
Holy shit, you're right. Okay, forget I said any of this. That's genius. But no, seriously, unlike Doodle, he doesn't use a voice changer, so... maybe we should shoot you in the throat, too. Would that help?
This is just a quickie on a moron who has no idea what he's doing.
If he's a moron, then you're a retard.
Well, if he's a retard, then you need to get rid of this asshole's personality. And now. Now, first off, you don't interject to critique, complain, or joke. Instead, you just show up and say, well, if he's an idiot, then you're a retard. Okay, now, what I mean about his persona is that he's a dick when he uses Megatron as his avatar. Okay, now let me list every reason why this sucks. 1. Because clearly when you talk shit about somebody without any real context, you aren't gonna get taken seriously. 7th Bloody Dragon. And 2, if you spend a lot of time throwing in pot shots, we aren't gonna get anywhere. And no, I don't mean all pot shots are bad, I mean the hit and runs. The ones where you just add jack and shit by just insulting somebody and moving on. Without context, like I said before, I'll most likely not take you seriously.
So, context. 7th Bloody Dragon, a commentator previously commentated on by Digital Tie, decided to make a quickie on Doodle Tone's top 10 bullshit levels list. It sucked.
You know, I'm getting the feeling that you wouldn't have made this if it had nothing to do with Doodle Tones. I mean, we all know you're Doodle's little bitch.
You know what? You're right. Spread the word, guys. Hashtag Jonah is Doodle's little bitch. We've got to make this a thing. Anyways, when did calling Jonah out for looking up to Doodle become a thing? Like, was it DiCaprio? The old? Whatever it is, calling that out doesn't exactly make whatever else he says in the video wrong. I'm sorry, the only relevant thing you've done in this video are give Jonah shit, and surprise, give Jonah shit. You know, if this line was actually, you trying to be funny and less of you coming off as a dick, then it'd be acceptable, but nope, no effort. Jonah is Doodle's little bitch. Confirmed. Case closed.
We don't want to make this drag on.
Nope! Can't do it! He's too dumb, man!
Hey, I just have to say that was my light bulb you kicked over and you're kinda gonna have to pay for that. Anyways, I kind of wanted to bring up how making awful jokes and puns is kind of also Jonah's slapstick. I mean, as of recent. The reason I'm telling you this is because you overplay them like Jonah's a serious idiot when it's simply how he rolls sometimes.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
Really now? You have trouble with one of the most basic enemies in the game next to the average police officer? Snipers? Nope. Tasers? Nope. Medics? Nope. Shields? Nope. Bulldozers? Nah. Those shit-eating cloakers? No. It's the average SWAT officer that's the real problem for Doodle Diapers here.
You know, this whole entire list is Doodle's own opinion.
Yeah, but she's complaining about a basic enemy. If you can't even handle basic enemies, you fucking suck.
And she's talking about the experience that she herself had with the game.
Oh my god! I just explained this! She is complaining about basic fucking enemies!
And here we begin the issue where you decide to claim that Jonah's repeating the same points, when in actuality he's explaining one point, but you drag it out like it's multiple points all in the same argument. Honestly.
Okay, so in misediting this, I think I was gonna miss a pretty good point here. You see, if you already can't tell, there was like no attempt to make a good video here because he's saying that Doodle was complaining about basic enemies, when in actuality the complaint is moreover that she's getting shot at by multiple enemies. So I got a question, do you think you can beat up Yamcha? If that was a yes, now do you think you could beat up 1,000 Yamchas? You get my point, do you?
Or maybe basic and easier one may not be the same for others.
Nope, I can't do this again. Where's the fucking gun?
Again, this is all the same interjection, and you're treating it like he said this over a few minutes ago, and look, the audience clearly gets that, so you're making yourself look like a fucking idiot. Is he calling him an idiot a little rude? Premi, he called Jonah a retard and Doodle's little bitch in less than 30 seconds. Also, you made a Dragon Ball Super video. Please, I'll go as far as I want on this guy.
Something else. Doodle Diapers. Hey look everybody! Look at the 7th bloody dragon! Is he cool yet?
Oh my god, he's so cringeworthy!
Okay, I guess. Matter of fact, this one wasn't even a joke. Instead, he's about to build up as to why calling Doodle Diapers is something he believes is irrelevant, annoying, and by the way, something usually used to discredit Doodle. Let me remind you that Jonah had not even made his point yet. Or even a joke for that matter. Then again, there's also the point that saying somebody is cringeworthy is not on its own a point, so would it be a surprise if I told you calling him cringeworthy literally every interjection is getting us nowhere?
Getting off topic. As I was saying, you're a freaking moron. It's not cool, it's not clever, it's been done to death. You're just bringing up drama that should remain dead at this point, and it paints you as one of those people on the anti-Doodle hate bandwagon.
What anti-Doodle Tones bandwagon are you talking about? Most people that don't like her have a reason.
Oh, that's cool. Too bad you give no examples and stuff. No kidding, I legit kinda wanted to know why people do hate Doodle Tones. I mean, I haven't actually found a legit reason even though I've been here for a year, but you know. But honestly, you should have actually given an example at this moment. Without it, your claim is as void as Can currently is. Shit, did I say that out loud? Oh god, I really am becoming a Doodle worshipper. I've become worthless. Matter of fact, when did I start using Tomoko? By chance, did you sneak into Doodle's avatar folder? So many lollies. Yeah, we're definitely the same person. Whatever, Mega. You also need to take into account that the fact that just because somebody has a reason doesn't automatically make that reason valid. Got it memorized? Good. By the way, Jonah, stole your old catchphrase.
And the Doodle Diapers joke? There's evidence to back that up. So we can still say that.
Oh shit, it's my only weakness. Actual fucking evidence. Oh my god, I'm drowning in all my hypocrisy. Fucking failure. That's not even how it works. Just because you have the evidence doesn't automatically mean you can do it. Imagine him as a kid learning at schools. Guys, I have proof that slavery exists. I can own people now. Ironically, since I'm black, I can say that, but I'll save that for a political commentary or whatever.
I should have known you would have made a big deal out of this. After all, you are Doodle's little bitch.
I swear, if anybody commentates on this and claims I did just because Jonah's my friend, they're deader than Megatron is already. Whatever, since you seem to be having fun throwing pointless pot shots at Jonah, let me try. You suck, GG. Anyways, I get that you believe that Jonah is blindly defending Doodle, but so far I haven't seen you debunk more than one of his points. Besides that, this is still wrong! Jonah is not Doodle's little bitch, that would be me! Lunatic, shut the fuck up. I want to be loved, okay? But I guess I love you. Self-fest doesn't count. It's actually called narcissism, but whatever. Look, pre-me, nobody cares. Anyways, I also have to point out how you once again do nothing here. You just called him Doodle's little bitch and went on.
Premise to them.
Oh, so you're gonna call a very important part of the game bullshit just because...
Oh, I can't handle all these SWAT officers. Are so easy to take down, just like those mean-spirited cyberbullies who criticize me in the comments of my videos.
Now cry for Mom to change her diapers.
Refer to my last interjection about difficulty. Also, 7th, seriously, just shut up. You aren't funny.
Well, at least he's not boring. Unlike you, because you're the most boring commentator I've ever seen.
Your lucky hypocrisy doesn't make you wrong. Even then, what you said is still up for debate. No kidding, that's legit subjective. Also, I don't mean to be a sore thumb, but if he's so boring, then how come more people sit through his commentaries compared to you? I guess you talking down to your targets like they're trash doesn't have an audience. I mean, I fucking guess.
I really understand what that thing was saying. Just please don't talk anymore. Please don't talk anymore.
Please don't sing anymore. Please don't sing anymore. Your singing voice is horrible. Please shut the fuck up.
Proceeding with the mess! Hey, the hypocrisy card was practically begging for it, okay? Since I kicked it down, I won't get up for a while.
Anyhow, post Lunatic here again because I actually didn't point out the issue with this point here. You see, while he is criticizing Jonah's singing voice, the sad fact is, well, he's most likely just singing horribly for the sake of a joke.
Is it worth it in the end? But I'm not good at having a billion things firing at me at once, so turning an FPS game into bullet hell is practically spelling disaster for me.
Doodle said, and I quote, "a billion things firing at me," which can translate to a bullet hell. Also, maybe since I've never played Payday, so feel free to correct me. It was said earlier there were a lot of enemies. Depending on the number of enemies in said section, whether it's hit scan or not, really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
It doesn't matter! It's a first-person shooter! You should expect this kind of shit to happen!
I mean, should I? I used to own a majority of the recent Call of Duty games, and unless you're specifically talking about online, then intense moments like these aren't really a norm. And even if she was expecting that, that wouldn't change the fact that, as it stands, Doodle isn't experienced at heated gunfights.
For editing, I realized something I should have brought up that I didn't. Well, my point still stands.
No, they don't stand! Most of them were terrible to begin with, and some of them you could easily disprove!
You know, that guy was trying to correct a mistake and you just kinda shot him in the foot. That was kinda rude, you know? Honestly, the fact that you just came out and did that just proves how much effort went into the commentary. And that's cute and all, but let the little bitch continue with his sentences first. You want a good reason why I thought this guy was a troll? Well, even fucking Gligar 13 vids was better than this. Those were the days. I know, buddy. I know. Also, you can easily disprove them. I asked how because, bitch, please, I doubt anybody would disagree with me when I say you haven't proved him wrong once in this commentary.
And there stood a chance that what Doodle was doing was none of the hyperbole, over-exaggerating for detail.
Oh my fucking god. She wasn't over-exaggerating anything. She was bitching and moaning about extremely small problems.
Just gotta love how you argue that using hyperbole and complaining about something are mutually exclusive, honestly. Freaking brilliant.
God, is this really so troublesome and stressful for you? Man, you won't survive on the older FPS games of the 90s to the early 2000s.
7th, nobody really cares.
I care.
Good for you. Too bad the fact that you're the minority makes this point irrelevant. By the way, what was the point of this interjection? I mean, it wasn't even really a joke. You just gave somebody shit just because. Honestly, the nerve of some bakas.
Doodle, if you're watching this, you've got two options. 1. Man up, suck it up, and get good. Or 2.
Go to the forums and cry like the little bitch you are!
Hey 7th, how about you get good by realizing that get good is never good critique?
No, but it would solve the problems that Doodle brought up. And that's gonna be it for me. If you like this video, oh, you know, fuck it, I'm not even giving this a proper outro.
So, no final thoughts or advice. Nothing. Just giving up. Well, Mega, I hope you've prepared your anus, cause I ain't holding back. I'm more than annoyed today, and you just pushed my buttons. You know, if this commentary was in the dictionary, I think I have a few ideas of what would be under the synonym section. Irrelevant, annoying, pointless, and horrendous. Now, why would I choose any of these things? Well, simple. First off, there was actually only one real critique in this video. Everything else, mindless bitching, pot shots, and a whole bunch of just talking down to your target. Can I even call it that? Talking down to a target is one thing, but being a flat-out dick? Yeah, you look more like an attention-hungry little shit who wants nothing more than to start up some drama. We're done here. Do you have your pistol ready, Preemie? We still have that other video, you know, the Dragon one. Oh, right.
So all I have to say for this eye catcher today is you should have a Merry Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope I got it out at time. I hope you have a great rest of the year. Yeah, thanks. Good night.
So, for context, he also did a rant on Dragon Ball Super, and you all just know how much I love these. Alright, the last part was a warm-up. This is a massacre.
Let's just get this over with. Dragon Ball Super, a show that we all had high expectations for, but in the end, it barely met any of those expectations. What we got instead was the worst entry into the Dragon Ball franchise since Dragon Ball GT. One of the main problems with this series is that it threw power scaling out the fucking window. Seriously, how is he alive after this?
You know, usually when people complain about power scaling in Dragon Ball Super, they pull out some of the fight sequences where I guess it'd be problematic, but, well, first off, this one was kind of a joke sequence, and either way, I can probably debunk you here and now. First off, well, Krillin seems to be bracing for impact, so that's a start. No Super Saiyan forms, just regular Goku. And don't tell me it's beyond God or you're fucking dead. And also, it's kinda Krillin. He may be human, but he's also durable. Also, it isn't like power scaling was any good in Dragon Ball Z anyways. Remember when Gohan and Krillin were apparently around 10,000 in early Namek arc, and later in their fight with Frieza, they're suddenly around 100,000? Because of course they could keep up with Frieza, who was apparently 500,000. Yeah, power levels are BS.
If you thought that was bad, Goku versus Kefla was even worse. Seriously, how is this even possible? He was just going toe-to-toe with Jiren. Now he's getting his ass handed to him by this bitch.
Are you sure we can't just shoot him in the mouth right now? The world would probably become cleaner. Just rip him to shreds already. Fine, okay. Where do I even begin on this piece of garbage? Okay. Are you just gonna ignore the fact that Goku was only going toe-to-toe with fucking Jiren, apparently that's what you fake Dragon Ball fanboys call him. Yeah, he was only going against Jiren because he got a hold of Ultra Instinct, a move that makes him practically impossible to hit, which gave him the ability to go and fight Jiren, while earlier the only time he could even get close to Jiren was with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Second off, Kefla is a Potara fusion between Caulifla and Kale, and the Potaras combined then possibly double the strength of an individual. And either way, he lost Ultra Instinct far before he began his fight against Caulifla and Kale. How the fuck do you not get this? It's not even like it's vaguely said. He clearly lost Ultra Instinct at the end of 110. What, did you think he'd be able to keep it forever? Also, not only that, Goku was exhausted from using Ultra Instinct in the fight before, meaning he was unable to push himself in the fight with Kefla. And among all these issues, you're ignoring the funniest part. Goku happens to regain Ultra Instinct and finishes Kefla in 116. Guess what? Episode aired the same week you made that video. Yeah, 116. And I mean, even if you scripted it or recorded it before 116, then the most probable time, I'm gonna assume you did it at 115, which either way set right into 116 by showing Goku regaining Ultra Instinct. And above that had a fucking preview for 116, which showed Kefla struggling against Ultra Instinct. And above all that, there were spoilers for 116 that came out right after the special in October. And above all this is another funny thing. Goku most likely didn't even have enough stamina, meaning he couldn't exactly fight the two at 100%. Honestly, you call yourself MegatronDBZTV? Get rid of the DBZ, then we'll talk.
Overall, the two female Saiyans that were introduced are just outright shitty characters. Caulifla just seems like an arrogant bitch, and Kale is just the female Broly. They are not interesting characters, not at all. And I think part of the reason that they aren't interesting is that they pretty much have no real character development.
Is this a safe spot to say you're dense as fuck? Because they did get character development together. I mean, unless you just watch individual clips of the show and consider you can even get the power scaling argument right. Yeah, whatever. First off, I want to bring up Caulifla's character development. I'm usually not sure whether or not I could count it as character development, but if you don't know, she's kind of the Goku of her universe, while also not. You see, earlier in this series we had Kaba, a Saiyan from Universe 6, becoming Vegeta's student. He was the antithesis to Vegeta being very soft and nice, however, he and Vegeta shared a special bond. Basically, Caulifla is also the antithesis of Goku since she's very arrogant and rude compared to Goku. However, they both share the trait of wanting to become stronger, which in episode 100 and later 13 and 14, she approaches Goku to ask him and show her and Kale how to get Super Saiyan Blue and later Super Saiyan 3. Now I'll get to Kale later down the road since it'd be better to bring it up for a later point, but holy shit, the fact that you didn't notice this real slice of development just shows how dense you can be in this video. While it slowly builds through episode 100, 101, and a few scattered episodes that show them slowly regaining their stamina in the few episodes before Jiren and Goku fight, Caulifla and Kale grow together as a team starting with 112 through 115. In these episodes, Caulifla once again confronts Goku to face him and teach her Super Saiyan 3. While Kale originally watches the fight from a distance, Goku invites her to join them, offering to teach her Super Saiyan 3 as well. Throughout this entire fight, the two grow together by using teamwork. When thinking about her weaknesses, Kale unleashes her Berserker, aka the Broly form, which is uncontrollable. Caulifla is impressed with how quick she's grown, and while Kale nearly hurts her, she accepts her as her close friend, or Ani-san, to get something like that. Together, they nearly kick Goku's ass. Also, they do that Potara thing which finally concludes their character arc together. Saying that they had no development is saying you can get any joy out of watching this video.
As for Kale, well, there's not much to say about her. Like I said before, she's just Broly if he was a woman. She even acts like him. Does that seem familiar? Guess who else did this kind of shit?
Broly! Broly, no, don't waste your time on him.
See what I mean about her being a female Broly? This wouldn't be a problem if Kale actually had some original aspects to her. But she has none. Instead, we got one of the most forced instances of female representation that I have ever seen.
Goodness, I have so much material to work with at this point, it is even funny. Oh boy, alright. So on the whole they act the same argument, well that's entirely fucking void, unless you're specifically talking about her Berserker form, and besides that, the clip you showed to prove yourself, also bullshit. No, legit. Episode 100 was just a 20-minute homage to the Broly movie. A lot of scenes from the movie were recreated, and her shouting Son Goku was a homage to how Broly always shouts Kakarot. If you want to know why this being a homage makes this void, well, she never shouts Son Goku like this in her Berserker form ever again, even when she's in his presence. Now, saying she's a direct clone is also bullshit. Now, I remember a few videos ago, I did mention the difference between Broly and Kale by just saying Broly was just a maniac, but he did have personality. He was just quiet. Really though, unlike Kale where this is just her being shy and awkward around people, it's clear that Broly was under control to make sure he didn't flip. I mean, unless you count the Team 4-star version, but whatever. Once again, Mega, you fail to take into account the actual fucking character here. Unlike Broly, Kale is shy, nervous, and is quite cowardice sometimes. Either way, you're clearly lying to your audience or you really just don't pay attention to class. Pfft, seriously? Once again, your point is void.
Also, these two being able to achieve Super Saiyan so easily just takes the idea that the form is obtained through hard work and immense suffering and throws it right out the fucking window.
Now, well yes, they both, Caulifla, because for fuck's sake, Kale has reasons which I'll get into in a moment. Caulifla gains Super Saiyan relatively easily with barely an explanation other than the fact that you can focus all your energy in the back and then you'd become Super Saiyan like, bitch, what? However, even so, did everybody forget how easily Goten and Trunks got it? Two little kids with very little fight experience and hadn't seen a day of combat in their lives. Goten got it by complete accident, and from what I know, Trunks, for all we know, he could have dropped an ice cream bar and BAM! Super Saiyan. Honestly, by the Cell arc, Super Saiyan had become legitimately worthless. I also have to bring up a common thing brought up by certain fans with the claim they inherited it, which I assume means if your mom and dad had the form, you could have it too, but the original Super Saiyan form was said to have shown up every millennium or so. So meaning that if any of these Saiyans had kids then, well, you can probably see where I'm going with this.
In addition, the retcon of the Potara earrings was a horrible idea.
Oh, not this shit again!
But making the fusion only last an hour, it totally discards the original impact of a Potara fusion! Originally, the fusion, well, to me anyway, represented sacrificing your own individuality for a greater good. But now, unless you are a Kai, there is no real point in using the Potara since it doesn't last forever.
You know, I don't think I've seen a single person convince me that this is a bad idea. Not like I care forever or not, it's just another fusion IMO. Well, on the right side, it's better than Rex Sparks' argument. Considering Rex made it sound like it was just because his fantasies were ruined, I think anybody could beat his argument. Whatever. Anywho, it destroys your headcanon. Well, that sucks. Also, there isn't any point of using it if it doesn't last forever? Pfft, what a load of garbage! I mean, besides the moment when you're fighting against a major opponent and have, like, no choice but to use them in battle, use Zamasu. He literally kicked Super Saiyan Blue Goku as well as Vegeta, as well as Rage Trunks down like 50 times, and they were barely able to combat them on their own, so by the time Goku suggested Batar to Vegeta, he knew they really had nothing better to do. And honestly, while I still do think retconning Batar was kinda random and unnecessary, the arguments I see for why it wasn't a good idea have been complete bullshit. It doesn't even change the plot of the original or ruin it. I could just stand here and assume you're angry because they changed something you love from the original, but I wouldn't do that because I'm a fucking nice guy. Actually, fuck it. Yeah, for now, that's my assumption.
At that point, just use the fucking fusion dance.
Oh, wow, you're just as smart as Jonah was when he made that video on my Scorpion video. Very dumb. An interesting thing about fusion is that you have to be around similar levels of strength, and you also have to keep in mind how you have to memorize a silly dance, which apparently in Z nobody wanted to do or remember. Oh, and that's not all! Besides that, it has a 30-minute time limit to the Batara's hour. So the Batara already has like 50 advantages. And even better, in the manga, it's stated by the Elder Kaioshin that it multiplies power, which makes them even stronger than regular fusion. So if you have to make a choice between fusion and Batara in the midst of a heated battle, yeah, earrings are starting to become fashionable again, so it's fine by me.
The ending to the Future Trunks saga. What the fuck were they thinking? This is one of the biggest middle fingers to the fans that I have ever seen. Erasing the timeline was a horrible decision since now it makes the entire Goku Black arc absolutely pointless, since all the events that took place have been erased.
Trunks' timeline may have been erased, but it isn't like the events in that timeline didn't happen or affect the people who survived. Goku and Vegeta still had to fight Zamasu in order to make sure all the universes would be saved from him. I'm sure the usual complaint is after this, Trunks got a new timeline. I wonder if that's what he meant to say, but instead came out with this. Absolutely pathetic.
As a whole, Dragon Ball Super is filled with flaws, whether it was the early animation, inconsistencies in power scaling, or just misusing established characters. It would always manage to fuck something up.
Oh, hey, a totally new complaint that you just skip over for... Actually, I don't think you have a reason to. The sad thing is, well, is the fact that this is one of the arguments I think you would have gotten, but oh well, so much for good arguments. Whew, I think that's it. That's all that need to be said, so I'll just set up my final thoughts. Alright, so first off, I really don't know which video is worse between the two videos I covered today. Your video on Jonah Smith was literally just Splatoon with pot shots instead of ink, or this piece of garbage, which was practically wrong in every aspect. The fact that Dragon Ball's even in your name left me baffled, honestly. While Rex Sparks' video overall may be one of the worst Dragon Ball Super rants to grace the face of the fucking internet for its inconsistency, lack of good points, and a lot of dumb complaints, this one somehow manages to be very close with some awful points, missed points, and a whole lot of you failing to understand the story, which I'm pretty sure an 8-year-old could grasp. With this, your Jonah Smith and Doodletones videos being the very few I've seen from you, goodness, I don't think you're a dick, but I think you're more of an annoying commentator. Your dickish persona does not help your videos at all. It makes you look like a... Actually, no, troll isn't even the word. A wannabe troll is better, because fucking hell, I got more entertainment out of Mario to Plumber and fucking Gligar 13 vids than your garbage. Honestly, both of these videos sucked. End of discussion. You know, I'm always confused. How did you get so good at commentaries in just a year? It isn't like we spent our time researching how to do good commentaries. Huh, you've got a good point. Probably Can. When I think about it, what happened to Can? I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, you said you promised something after we did this commentary. What was that all about? Well, the quest is only just beginning. I just wanted to study your current skills so together we could begin the plan. And that plan is, together, we're going to burn the CC to the ground. Uh-huh. So what's the plan? You heard me the first time. Burn the CC to the ground. You know why we're doing this. Let's be honest, nobody here cares about you. Realize I have 232 subs now. I think that shows at least one person out there cares. So what are you saying? You don't want to help? I've been saying that for a freaking minute. I'm not doing... Alright, on to plan B.